Hello and welcome. Young Avocado here with more quality content to fight both regular tier garbage and entitled tier garbage. So grab your miscellaneous soda pops and cilantro and relax a bit. So, have you ever had to question the idea of people being lost in the sauce? Like, they're just rude or straight up ignorant to logic. There's two sides to this. You're either lost in the sauce or at the loss of the sauce, meaning you are the person who isn't doing the greatest you could as a person. Or you have people like that trying to harass and bully you. I have a dream where everyone will handle their sauce properly and it will allow for more sauce for everyone in general. All that aside, what is the sauce? That is for each person to decide upon themselves. But how does one become lost in it? Well, there are many ways that one can become lost in the sauce. You can be lost in your own behaviors, your own usage. Any real variable, you can change yourself to be a better you, but refuse to. And anyone can fall victim to this from any line of work or public interaction. To be at the loss of the sauce, though, is to witness to addiction in regards to people addicted to subtle everyday things. Not my strange addictions tier, but more so in the area of just addictive behaviors. Like if you allow by the public and your circles to be a prick to other people, you are lost in the sauce. You are drunk off a power trip you may very well be aware of, but do not change. The person you treat poorly is at the loss of your poor behavior and lack of control being brushed under the rug. They may very well have more sauce than you and be able to handle it better. This stuff has environmental effects logically to your own circles that allow you to act like this. The truth is, can you even handle your sauce? Can you even handle yourself? Or do you make excuses? Excuses will really be the downfall of a safe civilization, because when you give people that don't use them an excuse, they may end up just finding more than you were intending to hide with that singular excuse. You dig? If you take shortcuts in anything, your end result is going to be sketchy, even with social interaction. Best advice is to take advice. Listen, think, then react. If your impulse is to lie and make problems or excuses, you will do that. If your impulse is to think as someone who is sick of those three things, you will think about the problems and the people making or hiding it, and find a way to show the blueprints to point out how they do it. Like how it's made, but you're narrating social distortion and the tactics used to create such. And, well, excuse it, I guess. Where I am from, people don't exactly care if you lie or make problems for others. As long as you're winning the popularity contest socially, most people in public service will help you hide your behavior and, the damage you cause with it. And, well, I have grown up with these type of people being rewarded for acting this way so much, being bullied so much growing up, that when I moved away as a kid, I realized exactly how to point out the way this is hidden or thrown back at victims in the majority or popular side gets to treat you this way because we just don't want to fill in the blanks and we won't sort of way. Like I said before in one of my other videos, history should be written by the facts, not selective fiction to a situation. It really does wear on the idea of what the truth is or means in value to a community, like how if you fill a bucket with too much water and it's hanging halfway over an edge, the bucket's going to eventually tip over and spill over everyone near the bucket. The reason I am an untippable bucket is because I don't put lies in my and I don't let people abuse me without pointing it out like a school teacher trying to stop kids from throwing a tantrum because they thought they could act the way they do at home at school. School being public and work. No, I am not your mama, and I will not reward you for being a piece of garbage to people. I'm going to spank you publicly like you just tried to jack a candy bar from another kid, like how my foot needs to go up your ass for being such a... Metaphorically speaking. Literally speaking, I'm going to get so precise in my description of how you are below civilized culture and my description of how you manage to hide it. Really, you are just messing things up for civilized people who aren't as dumb in a herd mentality and need to hide things. Like people who aren't being jerks but really have a hustle to maintain. I hope those people get to thank you for messing that up in their ecosystem by being an impulsive idiot, as I will not talk to you after you've proven your idiocy. Civilized people don't leave out the blanks. They just know the right time to fill them in. I'd be a liar if I said I never trash talk someone. But it is when people are trash talk for hire or hindrance for hire that we even have problems in the first place, especially with pay at a later date or with a different thing besides money. I'm not the richest man, but I'm one of the most perceptive in Canada, and I can only hope that some of my knowledge or problem solving skills can rub off on some of my viewers. I am but a noble thick boy trying to improve where society has fallen so that everyone from every culture or background can make a well oiled machine in regards to human kindness and behavior archetyping or labeling. Remember that every day we are building the future with our actions and decisions throughout that day. I think we best make it past safety standards before someone gives us on inspection. As someone who has worked in construction and labor work here in Canada, I know that there's no room for excuses or abuse on a job site. It creates problems trying to hide them. The same goes for living in a peaceful society. To build anything is to think about safety first. Even when I was homeless, helping people build shelters with other homeless people, safety was always a thing for those who understood the advantage of creating such. Even the users understood if we all look out for each other, we're all looked out for, using or not. Now, if you know of someone who is lost in the sauce or at the loss of the sauce, please speak up in your community and get them the help they need. Because together we can become one supportive society and make sure nobody has to put up with abuse or coverage of it from anyone in any job here in our great white north.